Avocado, a delicious snack we all enjoy with eggs, on toast, in a salad. Hell, some people even like to have it as a smoothie. It's always a good time with this healthy green piece of heaven. But is it too good to be true? Well, unfortunately, like most good things in life, it comes at a cost and with a dark history. But first, what exactly is an avocado? Well, the avocado is an evergreen tree in the laurel family. It originates in the Americas and was first domesticated by Mesoamerican tribes more than 5,000 years ago. It is believed that the tree originated in the highlands bordering south central Mexico and Guatemala. It's a fruit sometimes referred to as alligator or avocado pear, and is a large berry containing one seed. Avocados are presently cultivated in the tropical and Mediterranean climates of many countries. Generally speaking, avocados tend to be green, brown, purplish or black skin, and maybe pear-shaped, egg-shaped, or even sometimes spherical. For commercial purposes, the fruits are picked while unripe and ripened after harvesting. Now, statistically, in 2020, the world production of avocados was at 8.1 million tons, led by Mexico with 30% at 2.4 million tons of the total in the world. Other major producers were in Colombia, Dominican Republic, Peru, and Indonesia, together producing 35% of the world's total. Despite market effects of the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, volume production of avocados in Mexico increased by 40% over the 2019 levels. In 2018, the US Department of Agriculture estimated that 231,028 hectares in total were under cultivation for avocado production in Mexico, which was a 6% increase over the previous year, and that 2 million tons would be exported. Now, the United States is actually the largest consumer of avocados in the world, with an estimated consumption of over 2.5 billion pounds per year. The global avocado market is expected to continue to grow in the coming years, with a projected annual growth rate of 5.1% from 2021 to 2028. Avocados are a significant source of income for many small farmers and communities in Mexico and other parts of Latin America. The most famous of the avocado variety is one by the name of Hass, and is most commonly cultivated type of avocado, accounting for 80% of the world's production. The global avocado trade is worth an estimated $13 billion, and the industry provides employment to millions of people around the world. Many people today consider avocado to be a healthy and delicious food, even though its past is stained by violence, exploitation, and environmental destruction. One of the darkest chapters in avocado history is the story of how the fruit came to be commercialized in the United States. In the early 1900s, a California businessman by the name of Rudolph Hass discovered a unique variety of avocado that was resilient to disease and had a longer shelf life than other varieties. He patented the variety and began selling it under the name of Hass Avocado. However, Hass's success came at a cost. He received his avocado seedlings from a grower in Mexico who had actually stolen them from an indigenous farmer by the name of Pascal Orozco. Orozco had been cultivating the avocados for generations and had developed his own unique variety, but he was forced to give up his land and his trees when the Mexican government seized his property. The exploitation of indigenous farmers continued to grow as the avocado industry grew in California. Many Mexican laborers were brought in to work in these avocado groves and were paid low wages and subjected to poor working conditions. In addition, the vast amount of water required to irrigate the avocado trees has led to significant environmental damage and depletion of water resources in many regions. Avocado production has also had a negative impact on the economics of some countries in Central and South America, where large agribusinesses have displaced small farmers and destroyed natural habitats to make way for avocado plantation, as demand for this fruit has grown year in, year out. Cartels have reportedly extorted money from avocado growers and packers, demanding a cut of the profits, and even taken over entire plantations. Some of the gangs have also been involved in violence and intimidation, including kidnapping and murders, in order to maintain their control over the industry. A report in 2019 stated that cartels steal up to 4 truckloads of avocado a day in Michoacan, many also taking over farmers completely to get a piece of this billion-dollar industry. They also continue to attack shipping and packing facilities, and locals in these regions are forced to pay private security to keep the farms and people safe, as police simply do not do enough. In these packing sites, up to 1 million avocados can be processed a day. Now, this all began in 1993 when President Clinton passed the North American Free Trade Agreement, which lifted an 83-year ban on avocados, which were being imported in from Mexico.
I believe we have made a decision now that will permit us to create an economic order in the world that will promote more growth, more equality, better preservation of the environment, and a greater possibility of world peace.
This situation has led to concerns about the impact of organised crime on the avocado trade, as well as the safety of these working in the industry. It has also raised questions about the responsibility of the avocado consumers and companies in supporting the industry that may be linked to criminal activity. In response, the Mexican government has taken steps to crack down on the cartels, including deploying military and police forces. Some avocado companies have also implemented programs to ensure their products are sourced from legitimate and ethical sources. Now, of course, to meet the surging demand in the US in particular, farmers in Mexico have to cut down swaths of forest in the western state of Michoacan. I'm probably mispronouncing that, I apologize, I have no idea. There are as many as 20,000 acres of forest cut, which is more than 15,000 American football fields that are cut down every year to create these avocado plantations, and the rapid expansion of these orchards will threaten Mexican forests for years to come. Although it's often illegal, farmers will sometimes cut down trees to clear space for avocado plantations, either because there is no existing farmland to grow the crops or because it's cheap, experts claim. Forest lands in this area contain nutrient-rich soil, so farmers don't have to spend money on fertilizers. Demand for avocados are also making them a very lucrative crop, so farmers have an incentive to continue planting. So who can blame a lot of these poor farmers in these regions that need a good source of income? Farmers to this day are still cutting down trees to grow avocados, according to Audrey Denver, who is a doctoral researcher at the University of Texas. In a study in which he co-authored, researchers estimated that avocado orchards in Michoacan will expand by roughly 250,000 acres through 2050. In a worst case scenario, that expansion would come at the expense of their native forests. Logically speaking, of course, that would suggest that the natural habitats and animals will slowly disappear. So Avocados from Mexico, the marketing group, said in a statement to Vox that farmers follow all US and Mexican regulation, including those related to pest control and deforestation. In a quote, they stated that the avocado industry in Mexico is committed to the environment and sustainable development of the region. Now, we all know how these big corporations care about the wildlife and the environment so badly, so I would be taking their statements with not really any real sincerity. Now, of course, this is a very complex issue. There isn't really simple solutions, but there is some steps we can take to improve things. One idea I would suggest is a simple enough one: better regulation. There should be laws in place to reduce deforestation and for the government to incentivize farmers to cut down less trees. This would lead to a better sustainable practices and allow the consumer to pick their produce from growers who are also committed to sustainable practices. That way we can cut back on all this unnecessary deforestation. I think the most important thing also is to support the small farmers that have small scale and independent farms. That will help ensure fair labour practices, that will also provide economic opportunities for these local communities that are so desperately in need of a good source of income. Now, another issue, of course, is the amount of water needed to grow and maintain this particular fruit, and there is methods that can be done for that. For example, farmers can implement water conservation techniques such as drip irrigation and rainwater harvesting to reduce the amount of water being used in avocado production. Another thing we could try do is just try reduce the demand. Obviously, the farms that are being heavily controlled by the cartels, that's really down to the Mexican government to try kind of get in there and deal with that to help these farmers continue to grow. Because it's such a lucrative business and it's making billions upon billions every year, new farms are constantly being made in Mexico because a lot of people need a source of income and they want a lot of money. So again, I wouldn't blame them for that. So I don't think we should sit here and feel bad for enjoying this great, magnificent fruit. I think, it's enjoyed around the world for a very good reason, because it's tasty, it's healthy, it's a good source of fat, and it also provides other nutrients that are very beneficial to our health. But unfortunately, like a lot of things consumed by the West, it comes at a cost, just like our phones, just like our clothes, just like a lot of our technology. I think we should always be aware where the source is for the things that we buy, especially when it comes to things like avocados. because you might think, oh, you pick it up in a supermarket, in the store. No one really thinks about where it comes from, how it's produced, how it gets here. I wasn't aware of the dark history and the dark, and I say history, but it's also continuing to this day, of the atrocities and the corruption that comes with this billion-dollar industry. I didn't even know it was a billion-dollar industry. Like, it's crazy to me that literally something as small like a little green fruit could cause so much money, but also so much corruption and turmoil for people. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I'm very much grateful made no sense, but anyway, I'm going to stick to it. I'm very much grateful for everyone that takes the time to sit here and watch my videos, and I'll always spend the time to thank people. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining, and you'll see if you look through my other videos that I don't really have like a strict kind of topic basis to follow. I just kind of make videos that I think are interesting. So if you're into that kind of thing where it's going to be a random topic every week or every 2 weeks, please subscribe, please like and share, and hit that notification bell too, because why not get notified to enjoy these great videos. So yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and peace out.